All right, welcome back to season 4 of our show, and today it's fish and chips. We're showing you how to make a fantastic fish and chip dish with a beautiful salad. Let's show you how to get it done. All right, so it is fish and chips today. So today we're using a fish that most people don't use for fish and chips. Now, I found out about this dish from a friend of mine. It's tilapia. Most people don't use tilapia for fish and chips. It's usually cod. So I'm bringing you the wheel now. It was showed to me and I'm showing it to you today. So we got our tilapia here. I got 6 pieces of it. A lot of people don't like tilapia because they say it's a bottom fish. That's why a lot of people don't eat it. A lot of people don't also eat this fish because they say it's not a real fish. It's very real. It swims in the water and it's got gills on it, so I consider it a real fish. Also, it's not a very fishy fish. So for people that don't like a fish that actually tastes fishy, this is the fish for you. So let's get it seasoned. Paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and a little bit of salt in this rub. I call this my fish rub. And just make it yours. Now, I make these rubs and I kind of leave them up in my cabinet for when I am using fish. This is probably about a month old, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with them. Now, this one I'm still using. Why throw it out, right? So, both sides, back and front. And then once you do this, you're going to let this sit in your fridge for about 30 minutes. That's it. That's all you need. And then last second, we're going to make our batter. All right, so here we have that. That's our fish. So I'm going to take this fish and just put it off to the side. And now what we want to do from here is we want to make our potatoes. So today we're making chips, literally making chips. So I'm going to take an Idaho potato. Here's some water. And this is what you want to do. You want to take it. Now I cut off the very end like that. And then you just want to go in with very thin chips. Just like that. And you can put them in the water as you go along. Now what I do is I cut up one potato at a time. If you cut up one potato at a time, they're not going to turn color on you, and you'll have an easier time with them going into the fryer. Depending on how big your fryer is, maybe you could do 2 at a time, but that's all I do. I'll just cut them as thin as possible here and just get them inside the fryer. You can make them thicker, but they're crispier if you slice them very thin, just like this. And just get them into the water. That water is going to make them fry up nice as well too. It gets all that starch out of them. And you can rinse that water. Once they go in, just give it a quick rinse. And that's it. So here's your potatoes. And go right down to the end. And then we're all done with our potatoes. And the end of the potato, well, we'll just discard those. All right, so we're gonna put these off to the side. And now we're gonna work on our kale. Now we're just gonna start this off. So here's our kale, and I'm gonna show you how to get this done. So the first thing you wanna do is just take the kale, and you wanna look at the stalks on here and just rip them off from the branch. I'm going to rip the whole thing off of here, off the stem. And that's what you're going to be left with, and just like that. And just go through the rest of them and just rip the whole thing right off. So what's going to happen after you rip all these off, you're going to rinse these in water. A lot of these grow in sand. So basically you want to rinse off all the sand that's in here. Very sandy areas that this kale grows in. And this is just a really great thing. And now this kale, it's tough. So what we'll do is soak it for about 10 minutes and let it sit in the water. So you're gonna rinse it and just let it sit in the water for about 10 minutes. And then you're ready to assemble the rest of the salad. So here we go. All the kale's done. And we'll finish off the rest of this. So we're gonna put the kale off to the side. So now you guys know how to do this, soak it in water. And then we're gonna meet you right back here when we get the rest of this done. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we have our kale here soaking in water. So this is soaking here. And actually, when you put this back in water, you'll feel it. It's gonna start to bring life back into the kale. So this has been sitting in here for about 5 minutes. And now we're gonna show you how to get the rest of the salad together. So we're making a white wine vinaigrette. So it's a white wine vinegar vinaigrette. So here's the white wine. Into the bowl we go. Here's vinegar, apple cider vinegar. We're gonna use a little lemon. Just give it a little squeeze. We'll watch for the seeds. Now I got a little seed in here, so I'll just get that out of here. All right, and that's it. So our seeds are out. Apples. Now we peeled these already, so we're just gonna cut them in half like this. We're gonna get the core out, so I'm just gonna slice down like this. Now my core is out of here on the one. I'm gonna slice this up like this and just go down and get my core out of here on that one. Very easy, fast way to core an apple. So just hold it up, and now our core is gone. Let's hold this one up, and there's my core. All right, so what I'll do from here is I'm gonna take my knife and just little slivers, just like that. So get it all sliced up. Now you can slice these any way you want. I slice them that way. I'll put them together and I'll just kind of cut them just like that. There you have it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And just cut them like that. You want to be able to find your apple. Just cut them up. No specific way. You know, I find when you have to cut things different ways and just makes it not fun. So you want a salad to be kind of fun. All right, so here's our vinegar. And give that a little stir with the white wine. Now I'm gonna bring in a little olive oil. We're gonna start to bring this together. So here's a good amount of the olive oil in there. Raw honey. So we're gonna get a nice little dose of raw honey in there. Nice little douse of that. Let's get that stirred up. And we're just gonna bring this together. So there we go. Now that we bring that together, I got cranberries, so we're gonna dump our cranberries in. I'm gonna get those mixed in. Here's our apple. Now, the nice thing about the apple, once you put this in, it's gonna stop it from turning brown because we've got a nice little sauce for it with the lemon. And that vinegar will keep that apple nice and fresh. So here we go. Just gonna mix it up in there. Now we're gonna put in some red onion. As much or as little as you guys like. So here we go with the red onion. Now I slice mine like this. Again, you guys can do them any way you want. So I'm just gonna get that in. Now you got the sweet, you got some onion in there, you got bitter from the lemon and the vinegar, and it all works together, trust me. This is a beautiful salad. So now I'm just gonna get my hand in here. And I'm just gonna mix this, just like that. And what I'll do is I'm gonna cut up the rest of my apple and I'm gonna get that in there. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator and then we're gonna meet you guys back here and show you how to cook everything up. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Time to get our chips in. All right, 375 degrees. I'm gonna drop my basket and I'm gonna get each one in individually. Now you could put them in the basket and drop them down, but what's gonna happen is they're gonna stick. So you don't wanna do that. And just like that, we're frying. And watch your fingers as you drop them. Try to drop them from the sides. Also try to watch your bubbles. Because if you drop too many in, it's gonna bubble over on you. See how it's bubbling here? So just move them around a little bit and take your time. If they ever start to go over, just lift the basket up and that'll stop it from going over the top. Make sure your oil level's good and you don't have too much oil in your fryer because that's gonna send the oil over the top too. And just drop them in just like that. And give them plenty of room to move around. So these should take about 4 to 5 minutes a batch. And that's it. So I'm doing a potato at a time, frying up about 3 of them. All right, we'll meet you right back here. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, our chips are looking right. Look at those, beautiful. Now you could let these go a little bit longer or not. It's completely up to you guys. But I'm gonna pull these about here, just because I feel they're looking right. Let's get them up, let them drain, and then in the basket they go. We'll meet you right back here. We're doing our other ones. Don't go anywhere. All right, those chips are just about to come out of the fryer, and while they're doing that, we're gonna show you a very fast tartar sauce. I'll show you how to get it done. All right, so you're gonna need some mayonnaise, a little lemon, onion of your choice, a little white vinegar, relish, mustard, and black pepper. Let's show you how to put this together. So first thing I'm gonna do is just squeeze a little lemon in here. Now this is a used lemon. I'm getting the most out of it, so if you don't have anything to work with a lemon, take your handy little whisk and just go like this. This is gonna get everything right out of the lemon. This is a good trick. All right, that's off to the side. Black pepper. Much or as little as you guys want. Nothing's etched in stone. I feel everything out. Let's go in with some onion. I'm gonna go in with a good amount of that onion. Vinegar. Go in with a good amount of that. Cheap mustard. You guys can use a Dijon or anything else like that, but old school, cheap mustard. And relish. Now I like a lot of relish in mine. It just brings out that beautiful sweetness in there. And there we go. And let's just give that a mix. And she's coming together real fast. That's it. That's all you need to do. Let's give that a taste. Beautiful. Spot on. We're making this for 100 years now. All right, we're gonna meet you right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so everything's set. We're ready to fry. Let's show you how to make this batter. So right here, you're gonna need some flour. This is all-purpose flour. You're gonna need some of this. Beer. And we got a seasoning here. This is the same seasoning that we use for the fish itself. So we're gonna go in with some beer. Use any beer you like. Now I'm gonna add my beer first. And the reason why I'm gonna add my beer first is because you can ratio it out. So it's one beer is gonna do all that fish. So what I'll do is put the beer in first, and then I'm going to add my flour to the beer. Because this way, if you put too much flour, you'll run out of beer. This way you'll never run out of beer. So just start mixing up, and you're going to mix it until you get the consistency that you want. So we're just going to just add scoop by scoop. Because if you go over, you have to add more beer, and that's not good. All right, so let's get some more. I think I can go about 2 more scoops. And I'm just going to feel it out. Now at this time, I'm going to get in my dry ingredients into that batter. I'm going to get it all in. We want a nice flavorful batter. And you can see it starting to come together now. I think I'm going to use another scoop. At this point, that's 1 scoop. I'm going to really start to feel it out and cut back my scoops. That's it. So that is about the consistency I want right there. And that's what you're looking for, right there. And we're done. All right, we're gonna meet you onto the fryer, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, time to fry these up. 385 on the oil this time, so we turn the oil up. And now we're just gonna start to get our fish in. So once you get the fish into the batter, you're gonna get it battered up real good. Drop the basket, and you gotta hold this fish real good and tight. Bring it up, and get most of the batter to fall off the fish, like that. Make sure you're holding on to that fish real tight. Bring the whole thing over, and stick just the front down in. Get it going. Now, you guys won't believe this, but I don't want my basket. So I'm gonna pull my basket up, get rid of my basket, get my fish right in there. And then drop it. The reason why I didn't use my basket is because the fish is too big and I don't want to use my basket. All right, let's get another one in. Always got to make adjustments on the cuff, on the fly. Always got to make those adjustments. All right, I'm gonna get this one, and right over, same thing. Get it started, and slowly drop. There it is. All right, we're gonna meet you right back here before we take these out, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, I just want to show you this. So those 2 fish have started floating. You don't need a lot of time on these. At the same time, you don't want to break the batter or disturb the batter. So you can see them. They're coming along great. They're only in here for about 4 to 5 minutes. That's it. They start floating like that, I mean, they're pretty much done. And that batter protects them. We'll meet you right back here when it's time to pull them out. Don't go anywhere. All right, time to pull these, and you guys should have something to drain oil and hold on to these guys. Make sure you don't splash it because you got no basket. So I'm gonna just drain it a little bit. Make sure it's drained well. And then onto this nice wire rack. Cooling rack. That's what you're going to want. Let's just get this guy out of here. And we're going to fry up the rest. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are, season 3's chopping block. Fish and chips. Let's show you what we got. Look at that. Beautiful. Don't those look delicious? All right. Let's show you how to get this salad together. So this is our dressing. And you can see how all the apples stayed the same beautiful color. See that? So by putting it inside the lemon and the vinegar and the wine, it kept it beautiful. And look at the brightness of those cranberry. They came out gorgeous. And we'll bring in our salad. You want to rip up the pieces and make them small enough to eat. So here we go. Just make sure they're small enough. Now, if you can feel this, it got firm, but it's soft. And it just put all that life back in that kale. So you have to soak the salad. It's a must. If you don't soak it, you're not going to get the same result. All right, so here we go. And let's just start to put some of that apple right on the top of there. And just toss it with your hands. Get it tossed around. And look at that already. It's a pretty salad. Let's get the rest of that in there. And you can hold that other salad off to the side because you can make more salad later on. You never go wrong with too much kale. And there it is. So that looks really nice. Let me get some more in there. At this point, I'm going to bring in a couple more pieces of kale because I can add just a little bit more to the salad. And that's it. Give it a turn. And look at that. Now you got a pretty kale salad. Got apples, cranberry, onions, beautiful wine vinaigrette. All right, let's just get this off to the side and bring in our plate. So first thing we'll do is just get a nice piece of fish onto the plate. I'm just going to choose this guy right here. And I'm going to get some salad on here right next to it. Look at that. That's a really pretty salad. I'm going to get a little bit more here. And what we'll do is we'll get a couple of these chips and we'll just put them right over here. This way you got some nice chips over here, and we'll put some right on the side of the fish too. This way our fish is not alone. Let's just lift that up a little bit, elevate it on the chip, and there it is. Let's get some more chips over there. And now we have our kale. We don't really need to garnish this, but if you want, you can put a piece of kale right onto the fish just to garnish since you're using it already. And there it is. Now this is that beautiful tartar sauce we made. So I'm just going to bring some of this in. I'm going to move this back. And I'm going to get our tartar sauce onto the fish, just like that. Just let it drip right down on the fish. Then if you want, you can put your decorations right back on top, just like that. And a little lemon on the side. I'll go on this side. Actually, we'll go on this side. And we'll spin this plate around for you. Show you how that looks. All right. This is my point of view, coming around right at you. And there it is, a gorgeous fish and chips. Let's get into it. Let's get a fork. Give that salad a go. Outstanding. I mean, you can taste the apple. Everything's really crispy in there. The kale is crispy, but yet soft. Sweet. You can taste everything in that dressing. That is a dynamite salad. And you know what sets this one off? The cranberries in there. The cranberries and the apple, they make that salad. All right, let's try that fish. Now this is a fish you actually want to just get into with your hands, but I'm going to show you this. I mean, look at that. And it looks light. It's flaky. I mean, that's a pretty fish. You see how it separates apart like a cod? That's what you want. That's what shocked me with this fish. If you're using a fish for beer batter, this is the way to go. Let's give that a shot. By far, my favorite way to have tilapia. I don't eat tilapia. I eat it like this all day. Crunchy, sweet, outstanding. Let's try these chips. I think that crunch said it all. All right, we're gonna get organized. We're gonna meet you guys right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is, a dynamite beer battered fish and chips using tilapia. You guys gotta try that one. And we served that with some beautiful potato chips. And accompanying that with a beautiful kale salad with apple cranberry white wine vinaigrette. Gorgeous salad. You guys gotta try this one too. With a homemade tartar sauce. Not gonna go wrong with this one. And if you like this video and more videos about to come, give a like, hit that bell. This way you guys get all those videos first. Thank you, we enjoyed you coming. And with no further ado, I'm gonna get that Pitmaster taste there.